Hello. Welcome back to Sabbath School Flashcards. It is Tuesday, February 18th, and the title for today's lesson is, The Court Was Seated. After the vision of the four animals and the activities of the little horn, the prophet sees a scene of judgment in heaven. Daniel 7:9. I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit, whose garment was white as snow, and the hair of his head like the pure wool, his throne was like the fiery flame, and his wheels as burning fire. 10. A fiery stream issued and came forth from before him, thousands ministered unto him, and 10,000 times 10,000 stood before him. The judgment was set, and the books were opened. 13. I saw in the night visions, and, behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And 14. And there was given him dominion, and glory, and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages, should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. As the court convenes, thrones are put in place and the Ancient of Days takes his seat. As the heavenly scene shows, thousands and thousands of heavenly beings minister before the Ancient of Days, the court is seated, and the books are opened. What's important to note about this judgment is that it occurs after the 1,260-year period of the little horn's activity. AD 538 to 1798. See Friday's lesson. But prior to the establishing of God's final kingdom. In fact, 3 times in the vision the following sequence appears. 1. Little horn phase, 538 to 1798. 2. Heavenly judgment. 3. God's eternal kingdom. Read Daniel 7:13, 14, 21, 22, 26 and 27. In what ways does the judgment benefit God's people? Reading Daniel 7:13 and 14. I saw in the night visions, and, behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. And there was given him dominion, and glory, and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages, should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed. Now reading verses 21 and 22. I beheld, and the same horn made war with the saints, and prevailed against them, until the Ancient of Days came, and judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, and the time came that the saints possess the kingdom. And finally, reading verses 26 and 27, but the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion, to consume and to destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion, and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven, shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. Discuss your answer for the question in class on Sabbath. The Old Testament describes several acts of judgment from the tabernacle and temple, but the judgment referred to here is different. This is a cosmic judgment that affects not only the little horn but also the saints of the Most High, who will eventually receive the kingdom. Daniel 7 does not describe the judgment or give details about its beginning and closing, but it implies that the judgment is undertaken in the wake of the little horn's attack against God and his people. The point here, then, is to emphasize the beginning of a judgment of cosmic proportions. From Daniel 8 and 9, see following weeks, we will learn about the time of judgment's beginning and the fact that this judgment is related to the purification of the heavenly sanctuary on the heavenly Day of Atonement. The lesson here is that we clearly will have a pre-Advent judgment in heaven that will be in favor of God's people. As seen in Daniel 7:22. Why is an understanding of what Jesus accomplished for us at the cross so central to why we can have assurance in the day of judgment? What hope would we have, or even could have, without the cross? See Romans 8:1. Which reads, There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Christ Jesus, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. Discuss your hope and assurance in class on Sabbath. This is Witness Glenn. Have a blessed day.